YouTube. My name is Corey. I'm coming live from California. I'm gonna let you know about the George Gascon's recall effort they got going on, and I'm gonna give you a little bit of my two thoughts on it. Just stay tuned. Watch this quick review of the newscast that's taking place.
To walk these streets again with them on the street, knowing that they're gonna do it again. It's not fair. Please, just get this man out of here.
In part, the tough on crime approach and over-reliance on incarceration only compounds the conditions that creates violence, takes resources away from the solutions that work, and does nothing to actually prevent crime.
All right, so you see that? All right, so I understand that you got these mothers and daughters and brothers and sisters out there mourning and crying to try to get Gascon out of there because he's releasing prisoners, you know. But me growing up, you know, I got family, brothers, cousins, uncles that grew up in the prison system, in the California prison system to be exact, and I wouldn't wish it upon nobody. So I'm gonna get into some details why you should not support the recall of Gascon. Alright, so first thing first, this is why you shouldn't report the recall. Alright, so Gascon is really doing great things for the community, and plus Black Lives Matter is backing him up, so stay tuned at Black Lives Matter LA Twitter. You can follow him on Twitter and get the latest updates on the protests and all that. So I ended up printing out Gascon's special directive, his policies, his resentence policy on this case as I'm talking about, his resentence policy. So we're gonna get into the first thing that he mentions is that so like it says right here, like judicial resentencing hearing after 15 years of imprisonment for all convicted people, you know. So there's statistics that prove that people age out of crime, with most criminal careers typically lasting only less than 10 years. So there's really no cause of keeping somebody in there past 15 years, you know. So let's go past this, and I'm gonna go real quick through this. I don't want to keep you all day, so I'm gonna go to number. Alright, so if you go to Penal Code 1170.95, you know, you'll see that we're no longer seeking to delay implementation of laws by making the arguments that the laws that provide retroactive relief are unconstitutional, because these prisoners should be getting retroactive release. Alright, so many people accepted plea offers to manslaughter made by this office in order to avoid criminal conviction for murder, right? So this new bill that he passed, which is Penal Code 1170.95, will make this person eligible for relief. So such a position avoids disparate results whereby a person in this office already determined that that person was less culpable, as evidenced by allowing them to plead for manslaughter. So you're telling me that I could plead for, oh, you think I murdered somebody, but you can't prove it, so to intimidate me, just go ahead and plead guilty to this. Otherwise, you're going to be facing such and such years in prison. You know, so I'm going to plead guilty to manslaughter, and now I'm going to sit up in prison for the rest of my life. That's not right, you know. And then another thing is, you know, I understand these, you know, y'all out there mourning. You know, I understand. I completely understand. But we have to love and forgive. You know, we can't keep living in this world, especially in California, with this hostility towards people that commit crimes. They're not criminals. We always mistake them for criminals, but they're not criminals. They're a citizen that committed a crime, and they could have did it by accident or by mistake. We all make mistakes. In fact, a majority of Americans are going to commit a crime in their life. It's just that white people, they won't get caught. Some of them won't get caught, but the blacks and Mexicans are being caught, and they're being put in prison for a long time, decades, and 2 decades at a time. It's not right. So under Section 4, and this is what I'm going to leave it at right here. Under Section 4, it says that if there was a prior finding by a court or the jury that a defendant did not act with reckless indifference to a human life or was not a major participant, that's the key word, major participant in the felony, the defendant is entitled to have his or her murder conviction vacated. All right, where a magistrate found that there was insufficient evidence of a major participation in a felony of reckless indifferences to human life following a preliminary hearing or at any stage in the proceedings. All right, and another thing I want to read out: the office's position is that if the person was an accomplice to an underlying felony and had a special circumstances finding that was decided before Peoples versus Banks 2015, they're qualified for this release as well. You know, it's inhumane to keep somebody in prison for years and years based on anger and hostility. You know, I understand we get mad, but we got to stop this anger. We got to come together. And I'm fighting for prison reform. I'm fighting to release prisoners to end mass incarceration, not to keep blacks and Mexicans inside our California prison systems. And later on, I'm going to give y'all some more videos about the juvenile, George Gascon's juvenile. Let me see, I got it right here. I'm going to give y'all more information about his. So he got another directive for the youth justice, and he got another one for sentencing enhancement / allegations. And stay tuned for those other videos coming up. You know, this is just a little touch. And yeah, you know, let's support George Gascon. Let's not get him out of here. And Black lives do matter. Stay tuned. Comment below. Like the video and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Remember, Black lives matter. Thanks.